Today we're going to be installing a Sensi smart thermostat. We're replacing a standard Honeywell model. So what we're going to be doing is just walking through the steps on the app and taking a picture of our wiring, setting the new wiring for the new thermostat, and getting it all set up. Alright, so I've got the app installed. Now we're going to go ahead and add a thermostat. We have the model at the bottom. Smart thermostat. Is your thermostat on the wall? No, it needs to be installed. Gather tools. You'll gather Phillips and drill bit. Alright, we've got all those nearby handy, so we can go to the next step. Turn off the power to the heating and air conditioning system. I've already done that, turned off the power to the furnace at the breaker box, so we can go to the next step. Next, we're going to want to remove the thermostat cover. Okay, so we're going to take the old one out. This one just pops off. It's a good idea to take a picture at this point for reference. That was just 2 screws holding this cover in place. Okay, so we've got those ones out. Alright, so we've got it all loosened on the wall. We've removed the cover. We took a photo of our wiring. Okay, now it says throw away any jumper wires. If you see a jumper wire, move it. As you can see, we do not have any jumper wires here. So go to the next step. Pick terminals with wires attached. As you see, it gives you a choice of all of these terminal types. So we're just going to read it on our plate here. So the first one is W, then we've got Y, G, and R, and we have C. Okay, so we've selected R, W, Y, G, and C. Let's double check that. R, Y, G, sorry, W, Y, G, R, C. Looks good. Okay, we can go to the next step. Select furnace type. We have a gas furnace. Next. Alright, next step is label your wires. Great. So this kit actually came with some handy labels, so we can label the existing wires, and that'll make it a lot easier in the future. Okay, so we need to label our wires. Oh, looks like I misspoke here. We do actually have a jumper we need to pull out here. So there it is. Pulled out that jumper. So now we're just gonna go ahead and label the wires. Okay. So it's kind of awkward to get the labels in this position, so I'm just pre-bending them. That just makes it a little bit easier. Okay, last label. Bend it like that a little bit. Oh, looks like we've lost one. All right, now that we've got all our wires labeled, we're ready to go to the next step. So next step, disconnect wires and remove base. So we'll just need a small flathead screwdriver for that. You might have one in a watch repair kit, or if you have a set of these. Okay, so we've got all the terminals loosened, and they should all just pull out of there now. Okay, now we're ready to move to the next step. So now we're going to want to install the new thermostat base. Okay, so we're ready to install the plate on the wall. So it comes with our new plate terminals, and this actually includes a level to make it easy to install. I think we might be able to just reuse these existing holes from the old thermostat. I actually bought this additional plate that goes behind this one. That'll just make it all look nicer all together, a little frame around it. I'll include the link to that one as well. So let's see if we can use our existing holes. Yes, they look like they do line up, and they are level right there. Perfect. So that makes it easy for us. Awesome. There we go. Just making sure it's perfectly level and tightening down. Awesome. Now we can move to the next step. All right, now that we've got our plate on, ready to go to the next step. Next step is to install the wires. Okay, so it looks like we've got just some little Phillips screws. And it actually tells you exactly where each one goes according to your layout, and we've labeled them as well, so that'll make this super easy. So we're just gonna go loosen each one that we're using a little bit. And then simply insert that. Looks like I didn't loosen that one enough. So you really want to loosen these a lot. And then you can just shove that in there. Tighten it down. Okay, that was RH. Next we've got Y. The same thing. Just loosen it all the way. Make sure it's in there all the way and tighten it down. So, pretty easy. Again, you really want to loosen these all the way so you can get the wire in there. Just 2 more to go. Alright, all our wires are in. Good to go to the next step. Okay, so we've got our wires installed. The next step is to remove the battery tag and attach faceplate. So we're gonna add our new batteries here. just make sure our wires are all nicely tucked in here. And we just clip it in. Alright, next step, we'll turn the power back on. Alright, so I flipped the breaker back on. Next step, now we're going to set up the Wi-Fi for the thermostat. So, it says press menu and then mode. Start the wireless radio. Menu, mode. Wi-Fi icon will flash in the top left corner. It's ready for setup. I'm going to allow this time. It says, and the display shows 22. Display shows 22. Next. So now we need to connect to the thermostat. Press connect. There it is, Sensi. Okay, so now we want to get the pin on your welcome guide or back of thermostat. So we need to find that. Alright, so we've entered our pin. Now we've got to select our Wi-Fi network. So I've selected my network and entering the details. Now I hit join network and it's configuring thermostat. Oh, we've got to reconnect to the Wi-Fi. It looks like it dropped it. So this may take a moment. Okay, so it finally finished configuring. Now we can name our thermostat. I'll say custom home. And we hit next. And then I think it wants us to just register and then we're done. So we'll go ahead and open the app and do a little test run and make sure everything's working as expected. Alright, so we've got it all installed. Here we go. It's synced in our app, home 71. Now let's try and turn the heat on, see if it works. Heat, let's go for 73. And there's the heat kicking on. So, looks like we're good to go. Hope you enjoyed this video. If this was useful to you, please like and subscribe. Thanks so much.